presentation. We'll be taking now your questions. So how do you want to start this? Should we do it, Dr. Flavia? Do you think we should do it with the hands up again, like how we do our live sessions, and
Or
take it
read
with
the
audio,
chat.
or do it from the chat?
I think whatever they're more comfortable with. If you want to type your question, I think that's fine.
Okay,
And
if
if
someone
you,
raises,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and if you want to raise your hand and unmute, we can take
Yeah.
your questions as well.
Yeah, if you raise your hand, we'll kind of prioritize and jump to you and let you you could unmute and ask your question. We'll take the ones in order from the. Oh, someone already went in. Okay. AE Pinalba. So I will. Yeah, go ahead.
Hola.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is
Hello.
Aaron, but my nickname's AE. Anyway, yeah, I do actually have a question because, like, technically right now I do plan on taking the AFK exam this coming August 2025. However, and here's the big if, I am not yet approved by the NDEB. It is still ongoing. I'm pretty sure it still says like first status verification or something like that. So I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to make it this coming March 5th. Okay, so
I see.
yeah, right, because that's when the registration for the AFK exam opens, right? So,
When was your last document sent?
oh, let's see. I'm pretty sure I have it here in my email. And I received that.
One way you could, just not to miss anything, is you could register for the March course, and if you still
January
don't get a
2022.
seat,
January 2022. They started it because like there was a big, yeah, there was a big commotion, complication, I mean, in regards to me trying to get my documents from the Philippines. And
okay.
so it's like,
Wow.
No worries.
but
Yeah. So,
I
but
won't
you
get
got
into
it
that.
now. Everything has been sent, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything has been sent. They've started to.
So I'll give you the solution, because we get the idea of the problem. So what would be is you either wait and then register, which will not be great for, because you'll miss content. If you are planning for the August exam, I would say you could still register for the course, get the book, start reading. If you
No,
end up in
he's
the
registered.
Yep.
oh, he's registered for the course. Okay.
Yes, I am registered. I already got the book since November. I've been actually trying to answer some of the questions.
Good. That's good. Aaron, yeah, I'd say don't lose hope, because if you do get your approval, it could happen just like what happened to me, right? And you can find your seat.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you already started studying, so you're not missing, like you're not, missing out on anything, actually
but
gaining more knowledge, more time.
my hypothetical question right now is that let's say, for example, that I did not get a seat for August 2025. Which I'm gonna knock on wood and hopefully it does not come true. Anyway, so does the content of like the courses change every year?
It doesn't change, like the content, the AFK exam content is the same every year. They change the blueprint like we showed, but that doesn't affect the content of the exam.
I see.
If anything, if there's any updates, we update the course, of course. And let's say if you wanted to repeat the course, there is a discount for alumni. You would have a substantial discount, and you would receive the updates. Like if anything was updated or changed, you would receive it as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, what if I can't get in for the exam this August? Then I probably have to take it for February 2026. But then like, can I just like rely on like self-study with my current course right now? Or should I, so that's all I just needed to know. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first question in the chat, I'm just gonna go to this one real quick. It's from Namrata. She would like to know if DDS graduates earn more than the dentists who are licensed. Also, if DDS graduates get job positions easier. There is no distinction in how much money you will make once you get your license, right? That will change according to where you're going to settle, like which city, which province, but not whether you do have a license or a Canadian degree. That doesn't change anything. And I actually hear that a lot of like dental offices are wanting to hire us, the internationally trained dentist with a license, because we study so hard throughout the process that we are sharper with knowledge and everything compared to the recently graduate Canadian dentists. So I wouldn't say that we have more chances to get a job, but that we do get job like just as easy. It's the same. There's no distinction. Yeah, go ahead. It's Namrata.
Hi.
Your question.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes. Hello.
So I'm just confused because my NDEB it's also approved, and then I can take ADAT, but I'm confused. Like, do I have to take both, or like which path I'm supposed to choose? That's where I'm at right now. Because I need to start studying like now, but if it was like the February when I had to take, then I could have chosen the September course and then take AFK in Feb and then take the add-on course for ADAT. But right now I just want to start the process, and it's like I'm in between. So
Look,
that's why.
in your position, I would book a consult to discuss this more like thoroughly. But in summary, I think you're right wanting to start studying, because the earliest you start, the better for you. You get more time to, retain knowledge. So I know that the course in September would be it would marry more with the, ADAT add-on. But if you start now, you can just self-study until the ADAT add-on happens, right? And it just gives you more time to go through the AFK content, which is the heaviest and the most important anyways. So I would do that. But if you need more explanation or more discussion on the matter, just book a consult and we can talk, especially if you want to register now for a March course. We'd try to make your consult happen faster.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then the next question is, can the test be taken in one of the European countries, or is it exclusively in Canada? The test is administered. It happens in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and the US in the Prometrics Center. But mainly, I want to say mainly because we had less spots with Prometric last exam. So I think they're reducing the amount of Prometric spots. And so mainly in Canada with the paper-based in the centers in Canada, but no European countries. How do we get practice questions? Are they online? Shivanji, practice questions. I'm not sure.
So we print 15 booklets that will ship to you with the material. That will be like almost over 3,000 questions. They might be some additional, that much questions, that many questions. Yeah. So you see, you will get the majority of them. There are some online components of the course where it's mainly on the platform. So you'll have access to them
with
on the
quizzes.
platform.
Yeah. And then Brenda, does the class meet every week online?
Almost, right?
Yeah, the live sessions, I think she means. Yeah. Weekly live sessions.
Unless there's a break week, we give you a break.
Oh yeah, unless it's a break week. Then next one is, how much time does the NDEB take usually for approval after receiving all the documents? Between 5 and 6 months. So after the last document has been sent, they're going to be analyzing your paperwork for around 18 to 20 weeks.
Yeah, they say maximum 22 on their website, but some people get it faster, some people get it, up to that time, so
Yeah.
we don't. It's hard to gauge exactly what will be for you. What are the papers required for the NDEB approval if we're sending them from abroad? Thank you, Rad. But so we'll refer you back to our NDEB orientation because we go into detail about all the documents. Also, once you open your account with the NDEB, they will have a list of documents in your account.
Because
And
it can
each
change
one,
from country to country, right?
yes. The documents too.
Mm-hmm.
There are some main
Some
ones that
countries.
everybody will have to have, but
There's
then
the
some
main
have
ones, yeah.
additional. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Raghav?
So it's good to either watch our NDEB orientation video or check the NDEB websites. There's the application guide. Everything's like step by step explained. Saliha. What are the most common mistakes candidates make in the
I think
AFK?
that's what we talked about today, I guess.
Yeah, that's the last one. Like overthinking questions, being too confident can harm you, or being not confident enough can also harm you because you keep self-doubting your knowledge, and that's not good. And the third one was what? Like having unrealistic expectations, right?
Also, the 95% rule, like don't focus most of your effort on any controversial issues. So investing your time in the wrong areas, really misclassifying yourself if you think you're going to be able to do it in 6 months and you don't really have time. Like all
Yeah.
these it's not a mistake like in a question. It's more like planning mistakes, really, or coaching. Are there any penalties for wrong answers? No. No, like negative marking in AFK.
Can you do the next question, Dr. Hafiz? I'm just messaging the mastery group.
Of course, yeah. So is it possible we have Dr. Flavia has a lecture today also with the Q&A session with the mastery course. Is it possible to work as a dental assistant? Wait, am I taking over? So that means I have to
Oh,
start my okay,
take
so,
over. Where are my sunglasses? I feel
all
like I
right,
need
you
sunglasses
gotta
as
go get
well.
your
I'm gonna go
sunglasses.
Oh my God.
Is it I have to bring out our characters. No, so is it possible to work as a dental? Okay.
Okay. Taking over. Dr. Fez taking over.
No, we're both you can take over. Is it possible to work as a dental assistant, meanwhile, to help alleviate the financial pressures? Dental, okay, so this is where you're working full-time or part-time. So now you're working, so then do you want to do the mastery, or are you going to have enough time to do the essential? Right? So you have to, how much time are you working? Now, the concept is, why dental assisting? Dental assisting is actually a tough job. You're going to be drained. It could work. I'm not saying, but
fast-paced, very like physically
yeah, like
draining.
if you could find a front desk, like kind of, it's easier. If you could find other jobs that are less, draining energy-wise, you'll probably. But if you're working full-time dental assisting, then I would say yes, take the mastery course in that case. Dr. Flavia, do you have any suggestions there? Because you were busy. You had a busy schedule while you're doing.
I did, but I think she asked Shri if you could unmute and enlighten me. I understood your question as, is it possible to be a dental assistant in Canada?
Oh, is it possible?
Is that your question?
Same.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and Aaron has the same question. But yes, it is possible. You would just need to get certain certifications, depending on the province
in
you're
Ontario. Yeah, in Ontario, you're allowed to do dental assisting. You just can't take
Level 1.
X-rays. Yeah, you just can't take X-rays. To be allowed to take X-rays, you have to take a HARP course. Like, I remember the one I took was probably 2 months, but once a week.
It's
So it's
quick.
like, yeah, just take. You're allowed to do X-rays now. Then the concept comes to find actually a position, right? I think in Alberta you do need a license though for dental assisting.
Yeah,
In
so it
Ontario,
changes.
so it's different. Yeah.
And then Mandeep wants to know more about rescaled score of 75.
I think you have a good way of explaining that.
Okay, so my way of explaining this. Are you still here, Mandeep? They are? Yes, okay. So my way of explaining it is, so they're think about it as, they're making the AFK exam, like for every cycle, right? So they make the exam, and the way they analyze it is they have a panel of dentists that usually are like university professors. They choose these dentists to analyze the exam they just created, and they will see, they'll take the exam and see, okay, we feel like our Canadian dentists or Canadian graduates would score around, let's say, 68%. This is an imaginary number, 68% in this exam. So if the international dentists score 68, that means that they would pass. They are at the standards, like a similar standard to our Canadian graduates. So the 68% becomes the number 75. Does that make sense? The rescaled of 75, that's the 68 that the panel of dentists have decided is enough. It's a good score. It's the pass. So it's not 75% of the AFK exam of those 200 questions. Does that make sense?
So the 68 becomes the 75.
The 68 becomes, how many glasses do you have? Excuse me. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had a different pair of glasses in the beginning.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's not.
Excuse
I had the same.
no.
Okay, so that was a good
Right,
answer. So you guys understand that it's not
I hope that was
75.
clear.
Yeah,
You know,
it's clear.
there's a study that shows if you smile while learning, you absorb more. So we're trying to get you
Oh,
guys to
really?
also, yep. And they
So,
did it. They
um,
did it by putting a pen, like they bite on a pen like this, and they saw that the people who were doing that actually absorbed the knowledge better.
Interesting.
So sorry, go
Mandeep,
ahead.
she wants to
Mandeep.
say something.
actually, it's gonna be my second attempt. I did my first attempt all by myself, and it was
How did you
fail.
feel?
And the score I got was 51. So
Mm.
just
Yeah,
I
that's
was
common.
like trying to relate that if by self-studying it was 51, then like how far I was close to
I'll
pass,
tell you the
or
answer. You're very sorry. Yeah. So I get because I understood your question, but you're still kind of far because even being like at 60 something is still far, you know?
yeah,
So I would say you still need some. Have you enrolled in the course?
yeah, yes,
Okay. So you're in the March.
yes.
Okay. So by the end of it, since you're on your second attempt, we'll give you some recommendations. We would want to see your evaluation test be higher than what we even want, you know, like really be at a good point to give you the go, right? But yeah, 50, like anyone doing the exam, even without preparation, probably could get in the 50s because some of the questions of the exam could be answered by just common dental knowledge that you know,
Yeah,
right?
yes, and that it was I didn't get any coaching. I just
Yeah.
read the material because I was not serious at that point. I just like I want to attend the exam. That's it.
No.
And
Right.
so when I attempted the exam, it was tough, and some of question I was able to do easily, and some of question I didn't even get it what it is. So now I thought that I should go with the coaching first, and I have already done the AFK basic course, basic free book, and it was really amazing. And uh, my all the concepts for the basics are cleared at the moment. And before earlier when I was in college, I used to cram it, and now I actually get what the point is.
See, it's
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah, it's very good. Dr. Hafez has a way of making things like complicated concepts seem like
Oh yeah,
very
because in the
simple.
college
Makes
they are
sense.
not trying hard to explain you. I was cramming what's a desmosomes and what is basal cell carcinoma. I was just cramming the basal cell carcinoma, and I don't know the internal actual fact was. And now the things are much clearer and so much easy to study.
Oh, that's good.
Good
See,
feedback on the
Dr.
basic science. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And, moving forward, hopefully we'll clear all the concepts that you'll see in each subject, so,
Yeah.
um,
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's all my question was.
You're
awesome.
welcome.
Yes.
I'm excited for you to start the course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So we'll reevaluate after the evaluation test, see where she is. And
Yeah.
from
We'll
there,
make
we could
sure.
help you decide. Next
Next
question.
question from Nazreen. Can you guide us and give us tips on how to register?
Are you part of the course?
We have a
Yes,
YouTube
I'm part of the
videos.
yes, I'm part of the course. Yes.
So you'll get all the goods.
Okay.
We'll be with you, like reminding you like days before
Yeah.
how to prepare, what to have ready, like how to like step by step. We'll be there with you.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And we will be into a WhatsApp group or something like that, and that's my understanding. Is that
Yes.
okay?
You should receive an email soon because the course is about to start, right?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
All right.
You should
We-
receive an email with the
Yes.
link to join the WhatsApp group. So don't worry about it. You'll be added to the group.
Great, great, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Dr.
I don't
Hafiz?
understand what are the dental decks and where I can find them. You could go to their website and order them, but I
I'll
mean, we
show
don't
you.
recommend you go in that direction, but
I
so
mean, she could if she
you
wanted
could check them
to,
out.
but
So the dental decks are a bunch of flashcards actually that you could just buy. To have there you go.
dental decks.
I think I have a copy here too on my
It's a
They're
box
meant to
full
be
of
for the
cards.
IMBDE.
Yeah, they're more specific for the IMBD, for the American exam. So they are, it's like the depth of the knowledge is also different, right?
Mm.
So cards, one side has a question. Am I showing this? One side has a question and the other side has an explanation.
Mhm.
The answer and explanation. Right? So, question. Is it upside down? No. Yes.
So we gotta get
Explanation.
that's the dental decks. So you could go to
This
their
is it.
website and order them.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is good. When will we get the details about the logins and portal for scholars? Is there any pre-session before starting the course? So we're hoping we could do a demo today, but you know what we'll do is the course starts, is it March 3rd? 3rd, right?
First,
Monday?
no?
First would be Saturday. Are we?
No,
yeah, so
March 3rd. Yeah.
so usually a week before, which is the 24th, we're kind of sending out the logins, making sure your tech works, just making sure you have the login into the portal, all that is working out. Then maybe we could do like just kind of a demo session on Saturday, but it's really self-explanatory. You'll see. Like we also have a video I think online for it, but there's not much to like. We'll guide you. Don't worry. We'll be added to everything. We'll have a WhatsApp. We'll guide you through it, and it's never usually an issue that way. If you have any issues, you have the course coordinator that you can contact as well. How long does the essential AFK course content stay available? So it finishes on the exam day.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not about. So I just want to clarify that point. It's not necessarily. It's hard to say if it's 6 months or 5 months because there's a starting date and the end date is usually the exam. And that could vary between 5.5 to 6, right? So we just say it's a 5 to 6 months course just for simplicity. It's around 6 months, but you're not. It's not about when you enter you have 6 months. There's a scheduled like a scheduled fixed date that we start and a fixed date that it ends, which is the exam date of that cycle. Okay.
I just want
He
to
has
piggyback. Is that okay? Sorry.
yeah. go
Yeah.
ahead.
From what like Maram is asking, that how long does the essential AFK course content stay available? I think what they meant to ask is whether or not they will have access after the fact of
Oh,
the
after the
exam.
course.
Yeah,
That's what we just said. The exam date is when the course finishes. So that's when everything stops.
So basically like the login basic
Correct.
information
Throughout
that
the
they'll
course.
have are all
Yes.
obsolete now.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it's a semester style course
Thank
that
you.
has a start date and an end date. You're welcome. No problem.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, of course. That's
Oh
fine.
no, it's okay.
Clarification is good. He has to lock in.
The glasses.
Lock in? What does that mean? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Okay,
lock
that's
in with
low.
sunglasses like it's your turn now.
Whose turn? Can I send my
You
documents to the
should bring the
NDEB?
sunglasses back, Dr. Hafiz.
All right.
Yes, it's you're going to lock in.
There you go. So
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to leave you guys to it and start my mastery session.
all right. Thank you, Flavia.
You're
And
so
good luck,
welcome.
Dr. Flavia. Yes.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
All
Ciao,
right.
Ask your
Fabia.
questions. Ciao.
I'll try to answer everything best of my ability. If you want to
Oh, you're
consult,
good.
you
Yeah.
can book a
If you
consult with Dr.
guys,
Flavia as well.
yeah, I do consults. So if you guys have any other questions and one more, like in-depth explanations or a roadmap, you can book your consults and you'll talk to me, okay?
All right.
Bye,
Thank you. Good luck to your
everyone.
session. All right. Bye.
Thank you.
So can I send my documents to the NDB in different times? I have almost all the documents, just one the university will give me in 6 months, or you recommend to send all the documents together. So, I mean, you could just send them in different times. That's fine. Just a matter of like, just make sure each document has its own status update on the in your account. So each document will say if it's received, not received, reviewed, all that. So you could send them in different times. That's fine. It's just easier to do it all at once, but you could do it at different times. If I pass all the exams, will I be eligible to work in Australia? So, I mean, if you want to focus on Australia, I would just say, why not just do the Australian path? We could, like, our AFK course will prepare you for the first exam for sure. Like the AFK is usually the hardest exam. So if you're planning for Australia, you know, you could use the AFK course to pass the ADC exam. But are you eligible if you do the university pathway and you get a degree? My understanding is that you could go to Australia and then just do their board exams. However, if you pass the direct pathway, that part, I don't think you're eligible, but I might have to double check that. However, if anyone else knows that, they could input. But I think from my understanding is doing the direct pathway is mainly for Canada. So
Not
you know,
eligible.
yeah, you won't be eligible to go to
I
Australia and
checked
use
that as well.
your direct. Exactly. So the direct pathway is mainly for Canada. Even in the US, even though there's some states that accept it, but the general rule of thumb is that if you want to go to the US or Australia, then you should have at least done maybe a university pathway. Then that way you just have to do the board exams in those countries. Okay. If the immigration process hasn't started, does the AFK exam or NDEB process approval help with visa application in any way? So that part, I'm not an expert in immigration. I honestly, I think one of the admin teams here could help you that even better than me. But we have an immigration consultant link on our website. I think having an exam booked might help with getting a visa to come to do the exam. Other than that, I cannot help you with that, to be honest. So, hello, I have a question about the AFK registration. If the course starts on March 3rd and the exam registration is on March 5th, when will be explained the steps to register for the exam? So you're going to be added to a WhatsApp group next week. So on the 20th, like starting next week, we're going to start setting up the systems, and we'll be focusing on that with you just before the registration, right? So like 2 days is enough to know what you need to do. In case my NDEB approval doesn't arrive on time, is it possible to get a seat in April or May? So it is possible. It's just not like, it's not the first case scenario, right? But it is possible. You know, we've even had it where a student wants to withdraw from, even like in our course, they want to withdraw from the exam. They feel like not ready, and they let us know. Then they coordinate with another student to switch. You know, so having a group will help, and it is still possible. Of course, it's possible. Okay, this is not guaranteed. Same situation here. Don't lose hope. While there are limited seats for the AFK exam, sometimes some people withdraw their seat before the deadline. So a seat might open up in April, May, June, or even July. At least I'm hoping. Yeah. Can we practice in USA as well after clearing the exam? So if you only do the direct pathway, the general rule is no. If you do the university pathway, you get a degree, then you can go to the US and do the board exam. But generally, if you do the direct pathway, no. Okay, is there a time frame after AFK exam for the ACJ to be taken? No. Once you pass the AFK, you could pretty much do the ACJ whenever. We do recommend that they stay together as close as possible because the theory in the AFK, just building on to the ACJ, is very helpful just to kind of get all that theory done. And then after, if you want to take a break, take it after ACJ. But to kind of take the AFK, have all that knowledge, then create a gap. There's a lot of things that could be transferred to ACJ, like the doses and some pathologies and stuff like that, right? And especially with our ACJ Excellence program, we have a situation, we have a program for our AFK students where you have unlimited conditional repeats for the ACJ course. So you take the ACJ once, twice, and if you get an exam seat, you can still get into the ACJ course without an additional cost. So ACJ is ongoing support, at least as of now. So this is why it's good to come, join us during these years. We don't know in the future if we keep that program that way or if there's any additional cost for joining, a third ACJ course with us. But if you don't get a seat, we have continuous support for you.
Oh, you
Okay.
have to keep it.
If you join
Now that I heard
now
of it.
with the AFK and you do the ACJ, you could lock it in. You could lock it in now, no problem, right? But we'll see when we get to that point what's gonna happen. But yeah, so far that's the ACJ strategy because we know the exam seat's a little bit tricky after AFK and stuff. But yeah, we'll talk after. Once you're in AFK, we'll give you more enlightenment over there. If I open an account with NDEB, it doesn't matter if I don't send my documents ASAP, right? Like the account will always be available. Correct, Ragad? You could just open it. It'll cost money to open it, but just start that step, and it doesn't matter when you send the documents. Correct. You're welcome, everyone. Just to clarify, after the course of the review, we'll be losing the access for all the materials, including the books online. That is correct, but you'll have printed books, okay? So including in the course, we were actually the first to start this, which is printing the books and shipping it to your house. I don't even know if anyone else does it really, but there's no, you have to go somewhere and watch the video. No, it's all to your home. You have that convenience with us. We'll print and ship to you once you register for the course. And by the way, we do have a one-time payment system and also an installment plan system to make things more convenient, okay? However, anything online access will then stop. That's why we recommend you study from your books and try to transfer whatever you need information to the books, okay? Does your course include the integrity of the subjects that are mentioned in the BNED protocol, NDEB, okay? Table, because in the course summary on your website, not all the subjects are there, such as head and neck anatomy, geriatric, and implants. Yes, we have everything you need in the course. Head and neck anatomy is part of basic science. Implants is part of perio and surgery. Geriatric doesn't really need its own topic where we sit down and talk about it. It's just in patient management and in other parts of the course. Okay, you'll find it. So it's dispersed. You don't need to, label it that way. We have it in our course. We like efficiency. We redefine how it is. We redesign it. So why have a pediatric where you could kind of take it and put it in endo, or we want to reduce the amount of categories you need so that you have a better schedule. Follow up with my first question: if a reviewee decides not to take the August exam, does it mean students will lose access from the materials online? Yes, the end of the course is at the end of the exam date, or at the exam date. So a course is a semester style course from the start date to an end date. Now, if you want to extend into the next course, we do have special programs for our repeats. So if you want to repeat the course, we actually offer a very good discount for that. We're not at this point, if you take the course and you want extended access, we're not charging you a full price again. We're doing something to make it very easy for you to get another repeat, which is 40% off. Okay, so at this part, we're just making sure that we could run the program smoothly for you. Okay, so you take a full course, it ends. If you want to repeat, you could repeat, and then you'll get a 40% discount. And we also have special packages for our alumni, for our AFK students, if they want to only take the mocks and review at the end. There's a special package for that as well. Okay, so we want to continuously support you until the exam, and we have ways of doing that. I have enrolled for the mastery course in May. All right, awesome. And I have got my books. So how do I start my preparation? That's a very personalized question. We could guide you on that, outside of the orientation. But if you want just a little May, so you have March, April, good. So you have 2 months at least. So great, that you're a really amazing starting point, I would say. Like 11 months is really good. So I would say start by reading the books in order. Okay, don't read the questions, don't solve the questions. Okay, Afreen, just read the basic science. Okay, read the pharma, and just read in order. What will happen is some things you'll understand and some you won't, and that's okay. Okay, it's okay for that. So the things you understand, great, and the things you don't understand, even better, because when you understand them in the course, it's going to circle back and click even better, and you'll retain them better. Okay, trust me on that. So just read casually. Don't put too much pressure, because you're going to be obligated to a schedule soon. So just do it casually now, from basic science to pharma to like purple book, blue book, and then the green book, and then the red book. Whatever you get through is fine. If you get through the first 2 books in these 2 months, it's good. Okay. You're welcome. Hiba, is the online course as effective as the on-site course? I have enrolled with another institute for the online course. Do you think 4 months of online course plus studying very well on my own is enough? You're welcome, Afreen. Our system that we have, we know there's other institutes, they're doing a good job as well. We believe our online course is our main flagship course. We don't have another course that's on site. So everything we do is for the sake of our students studying online, right? So I would say if there are other institutes that have an on-site course, that may be their flagship course. So if you really care about the on-site, you could maybe think of that for your AFK course. We think that the online has become the superior way of learning for you, that's best for you, actually, for your productivity and efficiency, and that's our flagship course. So I would say for online course, we believe that we are, we are doing the online what is best for our students. We don't have any other course that we have to cater to in terms of AFK except for the online. So everything we do is for the online. Is 4 months enough? I don't know. I can't. I don't know what you're doing and what's. I don't think so, in my opinion. That's why, if it was enough, we would have had a 4 months course. Just to get through the content and the mocks for us is at least 5 to 6 months, right? And we even made it 9 months in the mastery. So it's you're asking me a question that we're not. It's like saying another doctor recommended this for me. I don't know what the problem and the diagnosis of your special situation is. So maybe book an online consult with us and we could help you better. Okay. But yes, that's it. Is there any other questions there? Oh, I was supposed to announce this before that there's going to be a discount coupon at the end of the orientation. Sorry, guys, I didn't announce it. But yes, there's a discount coupon at the end of the orientation that you could all receive. And yeah, you're most welcome. So this, I think there'll be a limited maybe offer for that. Yes, Namrata, go ahead.
Hi. The orientation was really good, first off. And
Thank you.
I just want to ask, it's a general question. Like, how is the scope for dentistry there right now? Because many people say it's saturated in some places, but then there are shortage of dentists. In Canada, that's where they are in need, is what I read online. So it's like,
I don't think it's certain spots are saturated, but overall it's not saturated. There's a lot of space here. So it just depends on if you want to be like in a specific building, then yeah, maybe it's saturated there, right? But
yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity all over Ontario, at least. Like I know that for sure. Then outside of Ontario, like yeah, there's also a lot of opportunity. So yeah, I don't see like people that are saying I don't know what their experience they're giving you. Maybe they're not finding jobs because
Yeah.
who knows? Like not everybody has a skill set to interview well, you know. So that's another thing. How do you interview? How do you you know, present yourself in a dental office so that people want to hire you? That's all a different skill set, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
it just depends on where you want to focus on, right?
Yeah.
And if you're good,
Yeah. And like, what do you have to say like for DDS graduates, and like if we take that route, like the university route, or like if we take the direct route? Like, because yeah, I'm in a dilemma, but then is there any like in like how much do they earn, or like how
no, it's the
easy to
same.
get the job? It's the same. Okay.
Yes, there's no difference in terms of earning. It's the same strategy. It's usually 40% of production. So that is usually for everyone, you know. So there's nothing different there. Finding jobs, I haven't seen any, like especially now with having the situational judgment and the NDECC, the way it's done, you have to go through a lot of you know, like you have to go through an interview process almost like for the exams. You know, you have to learn how to speak and communicate. So that's even improving the candidates, you know. And yeah, like anyone, I haven't seen anybody having issues getting a job that has passed.
Okay.
So far, at least, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
For my end, I don't know. Maybe you're meeting other people, but the people I see,
No,
like
I was reading on websites and like, I don't know, like, yeah, and just word of mouth, like people talking on groups and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Yeah. But okay, thank you.
Are you in Canada now?
Yeah, I am in Canada, but I'm on a vacation, so I'm back home currently. But then I don't have my permanent residency. That's another doubt that I have. Like I've applied for it. I need to still get it. So won't that cause an issue to take my
for your direct? No, you're as long as you have access to Canada, then you could come and do the exam. So that's not the
I have
issue.
access.
Yeah.
I have my work visa.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's only an issue if you want to get into university pathway at that time, right? Because you need a PR for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What other cities are good for practicing in Canada? Like you said, Ontario. No, all of them are pretty good. Like I don't see a shortage actually. The further you go from Ontario, you'll probably even find more opportunity because like everybody wants to be in Ontario. It's really the cities, but like you could still find opportunity anywhere. Like if I go out right now and see job lists, I'll find anywhere in the GTA. Like there's a lot of opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
Staying out of yeah. So do you have a question? Go ahead.
No, not really. Just to piggyback on that, because like a lot of people are asking about whether or not like, oh, what city, what province, yada yada yada. But I think it really depends on you as a person. And why do I say this is because a lot of people that we do know of, obviously you want to stay in the highly saturated areas of Canada, namely Toronto, Ottawa, maybe Montreal, even like Edmonton, Calgary. And there's nothing bad about that, but also do know that if you do choose to stay in those highly saturated cities, of course, the competition is going to be high. You are going to have a lot of other people who are also applying and vying for that same job that you are applying for. Like,
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
right?
Like it's just a matter of
Yeah.
the market,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
true.
Exactly. So like, for example, like for me, I'm in a remote town here in Nova Scotia. And
Mhm.
the thing is, in this town, like right now, there's only like one dentist who oversees everybody.
exactly.
And
Oh, okay.
he actually wants to, yeah, I've been talking with him and he actually wants to retire in about 2 years.
Mhm.
And like, am I
Yeah,
going to
you
be
have a good
replacing him?
opportunity
I
on
do
your
not
hands
know.
there.
I do not want to.
Yeah.
Right? It right. But then again,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
the downsides of that is that obviously I am here in a remote part of Nova Scotia. I'm not in a highly saturated
Mhm.
area. But that's
Mm.
okay. That's fine by me because I dislike cities. It's too chaotic for me. I prefer to
Mhm.
live in a more like urban rural lifestyle. So it
Mhm.
always will boil down to you as a person.
Mm. Yeah.
Just my 2 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
gonna come down to that, right? And but if you're in the cities, you could also just rise up to the competition, you know? That's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like so you could still get get the
Yeah.
job if you want
Yeah,
to
but
compete.
essentially
That's fine.
there is no shortages. That's like the bottom
Mhm.
line here.
Yeah.
There is no shortages, especially in the healthcare sector.
Got it.
There is a demand. We are in demand.
Mhm. Dentists here are not common. So yeah. Um what was the other, was there another question? I was going to show you guys just maybe we need to do another recording for this one, but today time went by fast, right? So we're just going to, I'll show you guys a demo, whoever's not registered.